situation where I have no real path for this channel. It's gonna just go based off how I feel. So yeah, I'm gonna include a lot of different things. It's a very diverse page, very diverse channel. So anyway, so I've been thinking about this for a little minute, and I wanted to start a series on my channel called Road Ramble, which is basically because I'm always in a car. I'm always going somewhere. I'm always picking up somebody, or just in my car, because this is how I relax. I don't care how high gas prices are. I get in my car to job just to clear my mind sometimes. It's therapeutic. I usually have music, but you know, for YouTube copyright reasons, we ain't gonna have none. So suck it up. But anyways, but yeah, so I'm gonna have like a series on my channel where I just, you know, talk, just, you know, get stuff off my chest, talk about things that's going on with me or just in general in life, and you know, do it while we're in the car. Hence Road Ramble. So anyways, but so just to jump into it, basically, well, first things first, actually, before I begin, let's look at my hair. I just got a retwist. You know, I've been growing my locks for what, 8 months now, since January. Yeah, since January. So yeah, and I will insert a picture somewhere on my screen, or somewhere in the video, so y'all can see, you know, how I looked when I started in January. I was supposed to do like a little month-to-month update thing, but life. Anyways, so just to talk, let's see what I feel like talking about today. Honestly, I know exactly what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how, because I've been seeing this a lot on Instagram and Twitter lately, about being single, and like how people feel about being single and everything like that. And me personally, as somebody who's been single like for almost a year and some change, like from a real relationship, and then I had like a little situationship last year, but I'll say that for another day. I'm cool with being single. The part that bothers me about being single is when somebody comes to, you know, disrupt your peace and waste your time. Cause it's like, why? You saw I was over here minding my business, you know, healing, growing, and trying to just be a better me. And here you come with your false promises and your, not even false promises, your empty promises and your false hope. My bad. Just to waste my time. And it's like, for what? You feel me? Like, that's just annoying to me. Because if I'm not interested in you in any kind of way further than being friends, then I'm gonna tell you like, hey, I'm interested in being friends. If I like you and I want to see where it goes, then it's like, okay, cool. But I try to keep it up front, like, let's just be cool, let's be friends. And I think my mistake most of the time is like that whole friendship and pleasure shit. I heard that. Like, the rose in Charlotte is also ass. Like, it sounded so weird. But anyways, it's a texture. It's a texture of the ground. Anyways, but it's just, I don't know. I get so frustrated easily nowadays because I don't require a lie. I don't ask for a lie. I ask for, and what I think I do ask for simple stuff. Like, I like to talk. I'm a communicator. Like, if a situation can be dealt with using our words, then by all means, we may not be able to talk about it in that moment. You might need some time to, you know, calm down or process your thoughts. Because I mean, it's good to do that. I do that too, especially if I'm mad. I need a moment. I can't just start talking about whatever I'm feeling in that moment, because I just need a moment to process my thoughts before I say the wrong thing. But I like to talk. I like to communicate. So I feel like if we could talk about a situation, good, bad, or indifferent, no matter how it's gonna make the other person feel, we should still be able to do that. Which, I mean, I don't see that's not a problem. I get that everybody doesn't think like that, but it's just like, I don't see why it can't be something that could be done. Because I feel like a lot of situations could be avoided if people just properly communicated. And lying and hiding stuff, I've done that before. I've been there, done that. It's not cool. It's not fun. It does not help the other person. Like, I get it. That's why I'm so adamant on not doing that. Like, and I don't say it like a lot. I don't know why. That's just how I talk. I say like a lot. But I'm just so adamant on doing that because it just makes things so much easier when I'm just telling you what I feel in that moment. If I'm able to tell you how I'm feeling and get that off my chest, and you're understanding it and you're receiving it and we're talking about it, then we're cool. But lying about it or being weird or being, you know, standoffish or anything like that is just not cool. You feel me? Like, it's weird. And the shit that people do nowadays is really super fucking weird. For example, I'm not saying no names because it's not your fucking business. But anyways, so, for example, I have a friend, and he's a male, and we cool. You know, we do the do from time to time, but it's our business. However, actually, scratch that from the record. I'm not even gonna get into that because that's a whole nother video for a whole different day. The point is, I feel like a lot of situations in our generation would be easy to get over and reconcile if people knew how to properly just communicate in general. Their whole being one-sided and being closed-minded and weird and all that shit is unhealthy. Like, I used to talk to somebody that genuinely felt like he didn't want to share his emotions because it made him weak, or because the person he was fucking with before called him the B word. And now here I am trying to, you know, talk to you about what you're dealing with and talk to you through your problems, and or just talk to you through your emotions, and here I am getting the cold shoulder because somebody else that is not me. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not fair. And as somebody who has done that to other people, like, you know, not give somebody the fair chance because of what I dealt with is not, I see, it's not fair. It's not cool. So now it's like I try to go into new situations every single time with the benefit of the doubt. Like, I, you know, still have my moments. I still keep my guard up and I have my boundaries, which is understandable and respectable. But I don't go in thinking everybody is trying to hurt me. Everybody's trying to, you know, everybody's not a bad person. Everybody's not the bad guys. But it's just so hard to decipher the two because everybody always has weird ulterior motives. I don't go into any situation with ulterior motives because what do I need from anybody? I don't need anything from nobody. I am blessed to have both my parents in my life. So if I ever need anything, I can anytime ask for them. I've always had a job working, so it's never, I'll never use anybody for their money. And it's like, I'm a good person sometimes, and I don't need a shoulder to cry on. I am my shoulder to cry on. I'm the friend that people call when they want to talk about stuff. So I don't know, all that extra, I don't know, it's just so hard sometimes. Like, life is really hard. Trying to maneuver as a young adult in their 20s, it's just so hard because it's like you have so many expectations for yourself, and then life has expectations for you, and you're just trying to figure out where you fit in with those expectations, and you just want to be happy with yourself and happy with your friends and happy with your family, and then also have that, you know, that special somebody, because everybody wants that little special somebody. I don't care what nobody says, like, everybody wants that special somebody they didn't call, and you know, but it's just so hard to get close to people because people always have weird ulterior motives that you're just not 100% sure what they are, or even if they have any, but you never know because everybody just does weird stuff. So I feel like it's just so much easier to just be open and honest with stuff. Like, it is. We're getting over now. Come on. But it's just, I feel like it'd be just so much easier if everybody just, you know, instead of trying to pretend like y'all play that role of being a real person or being this, oh, I'm such a real this, I'm such a real that, like, I need this, I need that. Instead of trying to tell yourself and punk fake and perpetrate like you just that guy or that girl, be that guy, be that girl. You don't have to talk. Like, one thing I've learned, whatever you do, it speaks for itself. So if you're really a real nigga, if you're really a real nigger or really that girl, then what you do and how you move will reflect that. You don't have to keep saying it. Like, for example, for me, I know I'm a nice person. I know I'm a decent friend. I'm not gonna say I'm the best friend because there have been moments where I probably could have been a little bit more available or whatever the case may be. But I know I'm a good person. I have a good heart. I have a kind heart. I have a big heart. I don't ever have to go around talking about, oh, I'm such as this, I'm this. It reflects on how I move for my family and my friends. I don't have to come out my mouth and say, oh, I'm a great God mom. What I do for my godchildren, how I act and how I move behind them reflects in my actions. How you are reflects in your actions, therefore you don't have to put a title on it. That's one thing I have learned, because my ex used to do that. Oh, I'm such a real nigga this, I'm such a sorry, I'm such a real naker this, I'm such a real naker that, this whole time flawed. The most flawed of them all, if anything. And I'm not trying to bash him, but it's being realistic, and if he sees this, he can really for real. But being honest. Like, you don't have to talk about what you already are. If it's that you don't see the president going around telling him the president, we all know you're the president by your position, your title, what you're doing. We can see that. He doesn't have to go around reminding everybody that he is that, because we already see. Like, so, I mean, let's just be being honest. That's just what it is. So, let's see. I'm trying to think. What's my next topic I'll talk about? Mental health. So, for those who don't know, I have been on this nice little journey of healing, because let's be for real, I have been through a lot these past 5 years, like a lot, and I'm talking a lot. I'm not even gonna get into what it is, just know it's been a lot. So I haven't properly, like, you know, I haven't properly taken my health, like my mental health serious like I should have. Like, I don't really like to, I try to address certain things, but some things I just don't know how to address them, so therefore I ignore them, which is not the best thing to do. But hey, I'm realizing that now, and that's part of the thing. I need to stop lying to myself and acting like everything's okay when it's not. And I'm trying, you know, I've been really trying to, you know, I go back to my therapist, and me and her have been really working through stuff. She's been having me do homework assignments and really having me ask tough questions to myself. I've been journaling, which really has been helping me, because it's like allows me to really think and just like, look at my skin, it's so pretty. But anyways, like, it really allows me to think about certain things, certain topics based off the journal entry. And I really think it's been helping a lot, because it's really letting me really be honest with myself, something that I just haven't really been. So, like, for example, my last therapy session, my homework assignment was to list down a few things, like list down anything that abuse has taken from me. Now, when she said abuse, she wasn't referring to just, you know, yeah, we were talking about mental, you know, all kinds, and just what has that cycle done to me? What is it taken from me? And one thing I can say, it's taken a lot. Like, my happiness, like my pure happiness that I just have, that's definitely changed. Like, people that's known me for years, even people that's known me for like these past few years, but my friends that's known me since I was younger, has obviously seen a dramatic change in my behavior, my mannerisms, like all of that. And I can see it too, because I was always the one friend that's like, oh, always smiling and making jokes, and I still do that. I'm funny as fuck, but it's more so me just laughing to keep from crying kind of shit. Now it's like not just me just being happy because I'm happy. I want to be happy I don't want to, you know, I'm having a hard time thinking, but you know, hey, life. But it's just like, you know, I'm trying to, you know, get back to that while also evolving and being a better version of that. Like, I don't want to go back to the old me, but I want to be in a similar, like, you know, I want to be where I was but evolved. I want to be where I was but elevated. So like, I want to be the happy Kayla, but in this new form. So Kayla 2.0. That's what I'm working on. So I got my therapist. I've been working out more, and when I tell you working out really does make you feel good, like your body hurts, but you feel better, because like you're working towards a goal of not only looking good, because I promise you by December I'm gonna have the fattest ass I could probably manifest. Goals, hopefully. It helps me work on my consistency, because I tell myself if I continue to go to the gym, then I will obviously see results. So it helps me work on my consistency. It helps me work on making me feel good on the inside and looking good on the outside. Like, it's just so many positive benefits of going to the gym that I was just bullshitting. You dig? Like, the gym ain't hard. You ain't gotta be in there 6 hours a day, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe an hour if you want. To start off, do 3 times a week. I go 3 or 4, depending on how I feel. One of the days I might go because I might not too tired, but I try to go 3 or 4 times a week, because like I said, it feels good, you know. Being in the gym feels good, and that's where the niggas are. That's where the dudes are. But anyways, another thing I also have been doing is, like I said, I'm going to therapy, journaling. Even though gas prices are higher than traffic. I don't have nowhere to be specifically, so I'm just driving just to think. I play a certain kind of playlist. I don't play like no turn up nothing. I have like my music that calms me, that lets me think, that lets me like really immerse myself in the road. I mean, I do have my turn up songs, don't get me wrong, but when I'm driving just to clear my mind, I don't want to hear that. It lets me just let me just think, let me just go with the flow. I don't do it as often because, like I said, gas prices are very high. Like it took me $50 last night to fill up my car. I drive a Toyota Camry. Yes, $50, like insane. It's because gas prices right now in Charlotte are $3.69 for regular. Sick, disgusting. Ugh. But when I can, I take my time and I go do my little drive somewhere. You know, probably about like 20 minute drive there. You know, just to clear my mind. It feels good. It helps me think because, like I said, I'm listening to music. I'm not trying to get nowhere specific. I'm just I want to just get where I'm going and get back safely. That's my only thing I'm thinking about. So I do that sometimes, and that helps me a lot. And then spending time with my friends and my family that really do care about me, like the real ones that really would give a flying up if something happened to me. I love spending time with them. Like, I'm cool with being by myself. I'm learning how to master the art of being alone and being okay with being alone. Because some people feel like they can't, and it's kind of hard. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, it's cool to just be by yourself and your thoughts and just exist. Like, I read sometimes now. Like, your girl was reading, and I had never always been the biggest reader. Like, I don't know, I just didn't find it fun. But I read now. Most of my books that I read are mental health books or mental health based books. So they allow me to think and, you know, things like that. But I'm still doing it. I'm also working on my relationship with the Lord, because even though I grew up in church, me going to church every Sunday, I was going because my parents were, you know, heavily involved in the church. My dad was a minister and my mom was a deaconess. So I kind of was just there because I had to be there. So now I'm working on my own personal relationship with the Lord, and that's also been a journey in itself, because, you know, it's a lot different than how it was when I was little. You know, when I was little, I was, you know, just reading stuff to retain certain information, to know certain quotes, to know certain Bible verses, to know certain stories about the Bible. Now I'm trying to turn I turned the wrong way. Did I go the wrong way? I think I did. But now I'm reading stuff in the Bible that's going to help me relate that into my real life. Like certain Bible verses to help with certain things if I'm dealing with, because there's literally a Bible verse for almost anything you're dealing with. If you're dealing with some form of depression, they have Bible verses for that. Heartbreak, friendship, loss, all that stuff, they have a Bible verse for all of that. So I've been trying to, like, you know, really tap into that so I can, you know, kind of allow the Lord's word to come over me and, you know, help a sister out. But yeah, so it's just been a lot. It's been a process, and it's a process that I'm actually happy that I'm taking, because when I tell you I have so many things that run through my head on a regular basis, things that I'm dealing with now, things that I've dealt with in the past, things that I'm trying to worry about for my future. I just have so many different thoughts going through my head that I just, like, I need to really try to sort them and focus. So yeah, like, that's just, you know, that's what it is right now. And like I said, everything's a work in progress, and I know it's gonna take time, but I'm not in no rush. However long it takes for me to get to where I feel comfortable and I'm actually truly at peace and happy, then by all means, I will take my time. Because at the end of the day, you only got one life to live, and you only got one you, and you can't let everything and everybody around you kind of mess that up. Like, people gonna do what they do for them, and you gotta do what you do for you. And in the process, don't fuck nobody over trying to do that for you, but also defend yourself. Like, it's hard. You don't want to, like, matter of fact, you don't have to fuck nobody over to look out for yourself. I'm not even gonna believe that. You don't have to fuck nobody over to help yourself out. Do what's best for you while also doing what's right by others. Like, simple. Do what's best for you while also trying to do right by others, because at the end of the day, there's still such thing as good people. And no matter what I've dealt with, no matter what I've been through, and no matter what I will deal with in the future, none of that's gonna change the kind of person that I genuinely am. Point blank, period. Like, I don't care if, I just don't care, because I believe in good people, and I still want to be the reason why people believe in good people. You feel me? Like, I don't want to just have, oh, I got a bad experience, I got this, I got that. Now it's fuck everybody and everything. What does that help? Does that help you? Is that good? Is that working for you? It's not. Because look how you're acting, look how you're moving, look how you're being. You're being weird. For what? You don't have to be weird. We can all live on this planet kumbaya. It's bad enough that we already are, like, you know, having to deal with shit every day. Why make it harder by being weird? You feel me? And I know this, like I said, this video is not gonna have any point. Any of these road ramble sessions are not gonna have any real purpose. Is if you get something out of it, cool. If you don't, cool. It's more so just for me to talk and hear myself talk and feel like I have somebody that's gonna respond. And if you want, y'all can leave, you know, comments. I'll read them. And you know, if y'all have any specific topics y'all want me to talk about in the next videos, then leave them in the comment section and I'll be glad to touch on them. Because for sometimes when you have a certain problem, I'm good at helping people with their problems because it's not mine. I'm able to think differently how I would for them than I would for myself. Usually that's always a good thing. Like, sometimes, you know, you can help other people with their problems versus your own, because you're not in their head. You're not thinking how they're thinking. So you're not as emotional about it. You're not as attached to it as they are. So if you have anything you want to talk about, if you want me to talk about, or you have any, you know, need some advice, you know, I'm here. But yeah. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this road ramble, and I do plan on doing these more consistently in the future. Just whenever I feel like I'm being in the car for a long period of time, I mean, I'm by myself, or if I'm gonna be in the car, period. Just, you know, I'll throw the camera up and we can have a little road ramble session. Y'all got lucky. There was not that much, you know, stupid stuff going on the road, so I ain't had too many road rage, you know, outbursts. But you're gonna get that sometimes, because like I said, people in Charlotte cannot drive, and it irks me, and I have a choice, but it just, I feel obligated to say something. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little outburst or whatever. But I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace. I love y'all.